So as most of you guys would know, Javante Davis is no longer fighting Jake Paul, we thank God, because I just think it was a bullshit, stupid, as the Dagestanis would say, here is number one bullshit. But obviously, Jake Paul's scrambling around trying to find a replacement. And, you know, we have Francis Ngannou. Let me get this post up for you guys now. Obviously, here we got Francis Ngannou. And essentially, I'm not going to lie, essentially, like, Francis is kind of unemployed. Like, what's going on, bro? The last time you fought was last year. You haven't fought in like a year. Like, what's actually going on? You left the UFC. You haven't fought. You complained the UFC was the problem, but it's actually looking like you're the problem. But anyways, Jake Paul and Francis have had some tweets back and forth. I've also got a clip after that I'm going to play from Francis Ngannou. But Jake had this to say on Twitter. Dear Francis, just say you already got humiliated in boxing and are scared to lose to Jake Paul. I accept that. You are light work, my friend. Stuck in the mud. And Francis said, choose your words wisely, boy. I agree that you need someone to discipline you for what you did to Mike Tyson, but stay in your lane. But guys, what is actually going on with Francis Ngannou? Because essentially, like, you might as well just retire at this point because you're not actively competing. Like, as a fighter, you should be fighting. I understand when you get to a certain stage of your career, you're not going to be fighting as consistently as you used to, but you should still be fighting at least 1 to 2 times a year. So I genuinely don't understand what's going on with Francis Ngannou. Like, it's either you're gonna box or you're not, or you're gonna do MMA. PFL is fucking shit anyways, because yeah, nothing's going on in the heavyweight division anyway. But let's play this. Let's play what Francis had to say about. So Francis had this to say about Jake Paul's call out.
Reach out the other day and tell me how they need a replacement for Javante, and after I listened, I wasn't getting it. Then I say, okay, what can I do for you? What exactly? He said, yeah, we're looking for a replacement, but I still haven't get it. I was like, okay, then what exactly can I do for you? Like, we think about you to fight Jake. I'm like, what? So we think about you to fight Jake to replace Javante. I'm like, who's Jake? They say, yeah, Jake Paul. You know, he's fighting. And I'm like, no, bro, come on. Don't disrespect me like that. He sent out some number. I'm like, it's not about the number. If it was about the number, we could have started talk. I would have tell you, I'm not just interested. It make no sense for me. It's not my what I'm looking at right now.
So my question for Francis is then, what are you actually looking for? Because I don't fucking get it. Do you want to fight in MMA? Do you want to fight in boxing? Because essentially, you're a prize fighter, right? And you're at a stage in your career where you're not going to get that many big fights. Like, no, to be honest, no one really even cares about Francis Ngannou. Let's actually be real. Let's have it right. Yes, people would love to see him fight John Jones and probably Tom Aspinall. And probably no one will want to see him fight Usyk because he's just going to get outskilled. And Deontay Wilder. That's it. Those are the 3 fights that people would actually happily chuck their money and say, yes, I want to watch Francis Ngannou versus one of these guys. But other than that, no one actually gives a fuck. Respectfully. And I actually like Francis Ngannou. But I think the way he's carrying on, he's selling himself, he's kind of selling himself short. And what people need to understand with this mixed martial arts business, boxing, well, let me say combat sports business, people will know you today and forget about you tomorrow. You're not a household name like a John Jones or a Floyd Mayweather or even an Anthony Joshua. Or a Conor McGregor, or even a Khabib. So it's like, for me, Francis, you need to decide what you want to do. Do you want to do MMA, or do you want to do boxing? But from the looks of things, I don't think he wants to do MMA unless it's fighting the best of the best. And that's not going to happen in the PFL, unfortunately. That's just the truth. And we all know that's the truth. And he himself has probably realized that's the truth as well. So, you know, like, guys, I'm not being funny. They had a fucking event in Africa. PFL had an event in Africa, and I think they're doing another one soon. But Francis Ngannou was and will not be on the upcoming card. So it's like, what did you actually sign to PFL for? You've had one fight since you've been signed with it. So when, as an outsider looking in, to me, it seems as if Francis is the problem. Because he wanted to sit down and say UFC was the problem, but since you've been at PFL, what have you actually done? Nothing. So for me, I think he should take the fight. It's a big money fight, and if he shuts Jake Paul up and knocks him out, everyone will be fucking over the moon. Your name will be trending. You'll be able to get even more bigger boxing fights, and then you can just fully move over to boxing. Because from the looks of things, that's what you want to do, boxing. Unless you're going to get the big money fight in MMA, which is John Jones. Or probably a Tom Aspinall. But at this current moment, it's a John Jones. So for me, Francis, you need to think, my African brother, you need to sit down and analyze, you know, what is it you want to do? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should Francis have taken the fight with Jake Paul? Or should he be looking for bigger boxing fights? Or should he just retire? Because at this point, I don't know what's going on with Francis Ngannou. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Like and subscribe.